วัสดีครับอาจารย์ครับผมครับ
Greetings, everybody. Welcome to another meeting where we discuss the Buddhist practice of charity, morality, and meditation. Everyone is welcome to join. We'll go to our first participant tonight, which is coming in, Felicia Chan. Felicia.
Good evening, Ajaan. Today I don't have question. My meditation progress is good. Thank you for your Dharma teaching.
Okay, you're welcome. Really from Indonesia.
Good evening, Ajaan. Today I don't have any question. Thank you.
Nannapat from Thailand, Ubon Ratchathani.
Namaskar ค่ะท่านอาจารย์ Tonight I don't have any questions ค่ะ
Okay. Next, Yogwei from New York.
Good evening, Ajaan.
Yes, I can hear you. Go ahead.
Yeah. My question is today is that now I keep my day off. I keep my 8%, and I still have to follow up for the permanent for the future.
What do you mean for the future?
For the future, the meaning is that now I could keep 2 days for permanent, and then the rest, if I keep the whole 7 days for the permanent.
Permanent, yes. If you can do that, the better for you. The more precepts you can keep, the better for you yourself.
Okay, after the 8%, and we have the procedure go to 10%, right?
Not necessarily, because the 10 precept is actually 9 precepts. I mean, or the 8 precepts is already the 9 precepts. And there's another one, additional one, which is the handling of money. See, as a layperson, you still have to use money. But this is more for monks and novices who doesn't need to have money. So the Buddha prohibit monks from handling money, spending money, buying things by himself. If he has any money, he has to be kept by someone else. And if he needs to buy something, then someone else would have to do the buying for him. But as a layperson, you still have to feed yourself. So you have to go shopping and buy things. So keeping the 10 precepts will not be practical for lay people. So just the 8 precepts. Actually, the 8 precepts are 9 precepts. With the precept number 7, actually combine 2 precepts together. Entertainment, abstain from entertainment, and abstain from dressing, beautify your body with cosmetics and things like that. This actually are 2 precepts. But in the
Okay,
8
thank you.
precept, they combine them to be one. So you don't need to keep the 10 precepts. Just keep the 8 precept every day, and then try to do as much meditation as possible.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Okay. Next, Kok Seng from Singapore.
Yeah, good evening, Ajaan. Tonight I just have we just update on my meditation experience today. So normally I will set an alarm at 12 p.m. noon to tell myself that to stop my meditation and to start preparation for lunch. So normally what happens is that when I sit at around 10 a.m. and I tell myself, okay, I will close my eyes, I'll not shift my legs, and I will stay in this posture until, or 2 hours until the alarm sounds at 12. But towards maybe 15 or 20 minutes before 12 o'clock, the mind will say, oh, it's okay. It's enough already. Can open your eyes, can stop meditating. And so there's this internal struggle. On one hand, tell the mind will say, oh, okay, to stop meditating. On the other hand, there's another one say, no, just wait for maybe there's another 15 minutes more or 20 minutes more. Just wait for the alarm and so on. So there's this internal struggle, whether to open the eyes or don't open the eyes or wait until the alarm. So so for this morning, the experience was at about 11:45. So the other side of the mind say, okay, open your eyes. You can use the remaining 15 minutes to do some contemplation. Yeah. So just want to ask Ajaan. So is it okay? Do we need to sit until the alarm ring, or when we find that it's difficult to stay focused anymore, and then we just open our eyes and end our meditation for that for the morning session?
Well, it's up to you. The longer you sit, the better you get the result. The less you sit, then the less result you get. That's it. So it's up to you what you want.
John, when you say the results, at least specifically, what kind of results am I supposed to expect?
And your voice keep coming on and off, so I can.
Sorry. Ajaan, can you explain what kind of results are you referring to?
Well, jhana, when you sit meditation, you expect to get jhana. If you don't spend enough time, you might not get into jhana. It's like a plane running on the runway. If you have a short runway, the plane might not be able to take off, right? You need a long runway for the plane to get up to speed and then take off. If you have a short runway, you won't be have enough speed to be able to take off from the ground. So if you have a short period, then it will probably not be possible to enter into jhana. This also not only the one factor. Another factor is how good is your mindfulness also. So, but I'm just speaking in terms of time only. But in meditation, the quality of your meditation rely on your mindfulness. If you have good mindfulness, you may be able to enter into jhana in 5 minutes. So if you have good mindfulness, then you don't have to. But once you get into jhana, then you're staying there for a long time anyway. So if you want to meditate, then you should not be concerned with the time limit. If you're concerned with the time limit, then usually your defilement will use it as an excuse to distract you from your meditation and you know, keep you wondering about what time it is. Is it time to get up? Is the clock dead or something? How come it's not ringing the bell yet? You know, how come the alarm doesn't go off? So instead of meditating, you just keep worrying about the clock. You know. During the Buddha time, there was no clock. See? You have to.
Sometimes I find that it's a kind of endurance test. Is that I'm just trying to tell myself, oh, just endure another, maybe another 30 minutes.
It's not endurance. When you meditate, you don't endure. You use mindfulness. If you don't use mindfulness, then it's useless for you to endure for hours. You don't get any result. What you should do is to increase your mindfulness, to be mindful. If you just sit there without mindfulness, you get the time of sitting, but you don't get any result from the sitting. Okay.
Try it out tomorrow.
All right. Let me go to Professor Kenneth from Switzerland. Are you on summer holiday now?
Not yet. We still have a couple of weeks to go and then exams. So, but it's slowing down.
Yeah. Middle of June is usually when the summer vacation starts, right?
Sorry.
The holidays start about in the middle of June.
Yeah, then the end of June. And,
the end of June. Okay.
Yeah. This summer I'm going to be moving to a different department, different location, so I'll be a little bit busy.
Still the same university?
Yeah, same university.
Different campus.
Different town, different campus, yeah.
So you have to commute further, longer, or you have to move?
Well, I'm going to move my apartment as well. I'm going to move to be close. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Ajaan, I would like to ask your advice. I have two very close relatives, family members, young people who have both, it's a couple, they both have recently had a fairly serious health diagnosis, both of them, different illnesses. And I would just like to ask, both of them are actually interested in practice a little bit, how I should advise them to practice at this time when they are facing serious health issues.
Yes, actually first they should study about the body and the mind so that they know who is sick and who is not sick. You have to tell them that you're the user of the body. You don't get sick with the body. Like the user of the phone, you know. The user of the phone doesn't get something happened to the phone, it doesn't happen to the user. So somehow they have to understand this principle of the separation of mind and matter, mind and body. And they have to accept the truth of the nature of the body, that it is impermanent, and it's not something we can say that it will last for so long and you will not get sick or get sick or not, because everybody has different, I guess, different consequences to it. Somebody get a lot of this sickness and somebody doesn't get any sickness. But anyway, it's all gonna end up dying at the end, sooner or later. So this is something that they have to accept and learn and accept. If they can accept this, and then the user are not the one who is being sick or die with the body, and then they can feel less stressful with this understanding. And if they feel that they still cannot convince themselves of this truth, then they should try to do some meditation to calm the mind down, to stop thinking. And then they might be able to see the difference when the mind is not calm and when it is calm. And they will be able to see that a lot of the stress is really in the mind, not in the body, not from the sickness, but from the mind itself. And once one can stop the mind from thinking or worrying about the body, then the mind becomes peaceful and happy. So this is something everybody has to learn, and keep reminding himself or herself of this fact, that you are not the body is not you.
Yeah.
And try to not be overwhelmed by what happens to the body. Try to stay aloof. Just accept that the nature of the body that is subjected to sickness and death. And the degree maybe differs from people to people, but we're still the same. Some might be subjected to more sickness and than others. But this is something that it comes with the body, you know. But people sometimes, when you go buy automobile, some people, unlucky people, run into bad automobile, always have issues that have to be fixed. And some people are lucky, they buy no issue with the automobile, right? So the body is like an automobile that you happen to buy from your parents. And then you just have to live with it. You know. Fix it if you can. If you can, then you just have to let it be. But your mind should not be stressful. Something like this. So they have to accept the nature of anicca, anatta, the body. Anicca, the body, is not the same with everybody. You know, and it keeps changing. Keep getting older and you will get sick. Some people get a lot of sickness, some don't get as much sickness. But in the end, it all will stop, it will die. And sooner or later. Also, this is different from body to body. Somebody die young, somebody die old.
Yeah.
But they all come to the same conclusion, which is the dissolution of the body. But the mind who possesses this body, who uses the body, is not in any way affected by the changing nature of the body. The mind is always knowing and thinking. That's all it is. Regardless of the conditions of the body, the mind just still know or think. That's all it does. The problem with the mind is being think with delusion. It think with delusion, with delusional thoughts. Thinking the body is itself. That's the main problem. Everybody thinks the body is himself or herself. Right? Nobody ever thinks that this body is like a telephone or an automobile. I'm just a user. If you can have this perspective, then maybe the stress and the suffering in the mind will lessen. Maybe not entirely. You want it to be entirely, you have to be able to get to Ubeka through meditation. And your mind can just remain in non-reactive position, not reacting to anything that happens to the body. Merely accepting what happened to the body. Do you think you can do this to them, or do you think they can accept it or not?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's a very helpful guidance. I'll pass that on.
You can maybe pass them on this talk to them, and they can watch your question and answer.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll do that.
You can tell them the time of the talk. I mean, the position of the time during which minute we are in. So they can go directly to your question and my answer.
Yes, I'll do that, Ajaan. That's very, very helpful. Thank you very much.
Okay. Is that all for now?
That's all. Thank you, Ajaan.
Okay. Bruce Lee, you're next from Indonesia.
Evening, Ajahn. I don't have any questions for now. Thank you, Ajahn.
Okay. Katrina from Australia, long time. Been a while.
Hi, Thanajan. Yes. I don't have any questions tonight, just listening. Thank
You okay?
Yeah, I'm okay.
You catch COVID yet? It's seem to be quite popular nowadays, catching COVID.
I haven't got it yet.
Oh, okay.
I'm one of the lucky few.
Lucky few.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've only had one jab.
Oh, really? And you don't intend to take any more? Huh?
I don't know. I might get one more. I just got it for work, but yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
If I can avoid it, I'll avoid it.
You have any questions?
No, I'm okay. Thank you. Just so good to listen. Thanks.
Okay. You have something to tell? Anything you like to say?
Well, I'm going into the bush in a few days to do what they call it's called a vision quest, but I'm basically going camping with just a tarp over me and no tent, just a sleeping bag and no food for 4 nights and
fasting for 4 days.
Yeah.
Just water, just drink water.
Just water, yeah.
Good.
Yeah, I think so. I was reading about the Buddha being, you know, how in the beginning he went to the extreme.
Yeah,
and then he found, and then he found the middle way where he was, you know, eating
moderately, eating moderately. But the important thing is to meditate, not just to fast only. Fasting only doesn't help improve your mind. You need fasting to stir your mind to go into practice meditation.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you eat regularly, you tend to get lazy and sleepy. So you don't like to meditate. But if you're not eating, then your mind knows that it needs to meditate in order to cope with the hunger from fasting. So it's forced to do meditation. So it's like a stimulant. Fasting is like a stimulant. It will stimulate your meditation practice. But you have to do the meditation. Not just fasting alone. Doesn't improve your mind. If you want your mind to advance, then you need to meditate. And you use fasting as the stimulant to stimulate your mind to action, into meditation.
Okay.
You go in a group, right? Do you have any activities that you do together, or you can do anything separately?
No, you just have a space, so you have there's other people, but you're far away from each other, so you can't hear each other or see each other. And you just have your space, and you have to stay within that space. And I guess.
Do they encourage meditation or anything like that?
They just it was sort of in the beginning they were saying just don't take anything in with you, like any habitual things, just go in with carrying nothing with you, like nothing at all. But then when I was listening to the guide talking about his experience, and he was saying when he had the most profound experience at the end, it was when he was following his breath and breathing in like the whole environment and breathing out the whole environment. And yeah, he said that that was when he could separate his mind and body. And yeah, I was like, okay,
So-
I can just meditate.
So the goal is to discover something different from what you normally have, right?
Yeah, just take everything away.
And experience nothingness or emptiness.
Yeah, maybe through a lot of dukkha.
It will be much more easy if you use meditation to help you ease the dukkha.
Yeah, it's good to hear you say that it's good to do it. So thank you. That's
Yeah,
good
but
to
you
hear.
have to use mindfulness to eliminate or lessen your dukkha. If you don't use mindfulness, then your mind can go into full, into free fall, uncontrollable.
Mm.
And you need to control your mind to keep it calm and relaxed.
Mm-hmm. I'll do my best.
Okay, good luck to you.
Thanks, Ajahn. Thank you.
Next, Johanna from Indonesia.
Good evening, Ajahn. Ajahn, I want to ask, does jhana always have indicator like falling, like the mind feel like falling from
Usually not all the time. Maybe the first few times might be, first experience might be like that. And not always though. Some people might not have this free falling experience. They just kind of feel like we getting calm gradually, not suddenly. So it doesn't really matter. What the goal is for the mind to enter into stillness, to become calm and peaceful and happy, and not doing any thinking.
Yeah, I think recently my meditation just get better because it gets calm more easily, but nothing like feeling falling from a place kind of just, right? I wonder if it's a jhana or not.
Well, it might be different level of jhana. You might be in the first level or second, whatever. But it shouldn't really bother. You should really worry about it. What you should worry is how's your mind feeling like. If you feel good, feel light and easy, then you're on the right path. Yeah.
Yes, I do feel like that, like calm and easy. Yeah.
And if you can still meditate, you should do it. If you can still watch your breath, then you should do it. Or if you can still recite your mantra, then you still should do it. But when your mind becomes completely calm and still, then you know that you won't be able to watch your breath or recite anything because the mind was just still. And you don't have to do anything when you get to that point.
Okay, Ajahn.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Alexander Aruka. Where are you in the Netherlands?
I am now. Hello, teacher. Good evening. I am in the north of for Holland. It's called Groningen.
Groningen.
Yeah, it's a very Zen culture. They don't talk much here. Only me talk. I'm Brazilian. I'm communicative.
Okay. Do you have anything?
Nice combination. It's yeah, it's a student city, a millionaire. Also, the first atomic reactor from Europe.
For Europe.
Yes, it was in the university because it's very old school, university, and it is how say I'm here because I came to study art 35 years, no, 28 years ago, more or less. And I have to come back here because problems in my diploma. some many years ago also, and then I stay here because it's was good conditions for art production here. It's very social, huh? It's a big monastery. They take care good of for the people who live here, and they are different from the rest of the Holland also, because they are more social than Amsterdam, than Rotterdam, than other states. They are famous for that. Social.
Okay.
I had good karma, teacher. But I want to, yeah, I'm not at home. I'm in the boat of a friend. I'm a big ship, and very good friend from many years ago. He used to be my teacher in the school, but now he's my friend for many years. And I bought my ticket for the day 7 of June.
June. So yes. In a week's time, you'll be traveling to Thailand.
Yes. And in exactly moment, I take my plane in exact half hour after you start the Zoom. I will be in the plane. So I will make contact from the airport too, you know.
Okay.
If everything goes well, of course.
Is this a straight flight or non-stop flight?
No. That's very. I'm in the economic class, teacher. So I go to Qatar. Yeah.
And then from there to
Doha is the capital.
Qatar.
Yes. And so we'll be about in the roll. It will be about 20 hours traveling, more or less, and more from Bangkok to Pattaya.
Pattaya. That's only 2-hour drive from Bangkok, from the airport to Pattaya. 2-hour drive.
There is a train to go there?
Not train, but usually buses, air-conditioned buses, or taxi.
Taxi?
Yeah.
Oh, so, but I have to talk those details with your assistant. Shall I ask him those details?
Yeah, yes. Have you made reservation for a hotel in Pattaya or anywhere yet?
Well, until now, with the informations I got, it was that we don't need more visa for 1 month there in Thailand, and yes, I have vaccinations too, but they will make the test and you go. But that's a question I have to ask if I have to make a reservation. That's a very important one. And then I will. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I look for many hotels, especially around the monastery, the closest one, because I am like jumping from parachute, you know, because actually I bought 1 week ago or more, but it was they mistake my name in the ticket. So then I have to go behind it. It took lots of time and work to fix it. So then I just informed today, therefore I informed first you, otherwise I would have told already your assistant. But yes, I think it's very important detail, because if I have to make a reservation, no problem, I can make it.
There's a hotel in the village where we go to collect food called Vorita, I think. Vorita.
What's the name?
Vorita, WORITA. Vorita. ITA, Vorita, Pattaya. Search for this hotel is in Banampur, but it usually call itself Pattaya, but it's actually in the village where I go for winter bath. Okay. So I'm gonna make a reservation there then. Yeah.
And,
Then you can see me in the morning when I come for arms round. I go there every morning. The hotel staff also give food to the monks.
Okay, then I can start by sharing with you at first.
Yeah. And,
beautiful. Very beautiful. Yeah.
Okay, I think there's no requirement for you to be quarantined anymore. I think you can come in if you have the necessary vaccination or something like that. But I think, have you consulted with the Thai consulate about it yet?
Yes, I did. They're very sharp and handy, but very sharp. And they told me that we don't need visa. And my doctor also, he goes to New Zealand and those places. He said just the for my medicines, just the apothec from the apothec. I have a passport for medicines, and what more? I have the certificate from my vaccinations. But anyway, they make the test there, and you go. That's what I understood.
Yeah,
if
you have take a test, a brief, and then if it's negative, then you are on your way, I think.
Yeah, therefore I hope it comes negative. We never know, huh? Life is.
If it's positive, then they ask you to quarantine yourself in a hotel somewhere. Not, but they don't have any official place for you to quarantine. They just advise you to stay away from people until you test negative again. Then you can come out and meet people.
Yes. Yeah, and we never know, teacher, but I will bring some reserve for those things too. But my thing is one I have 2-way tickets, but I hope I don't use my back ticket. I want to go ahead. Yes, I don't see myself in other place. So there. So I will make it all ready here. I have friends. Now I'm in the house of one of them. We go to my house, and he will stay with my belongings, and he have truck, and he can. He's very interested. I gave my boat to him, teacher. You told us when you have a problem. Let's say it was difficult to sell it. It was a cheap boat I bought, so I gave to him, and he can make a good money because he's a I'll say mariner and things like that. So he knows how to deal with this and that. So I'm here to solve this problem also with my belongings. That only when I must come back, then I still have a house here. But also is another problem with monasteries there. Is medic insurance, in the Ajaan Suchart monastery, you need at least for 3 months you must be on your own for medic insurance. I can guarantee maybe 6 months, and I bring some money, maybe I can open there, but that's bureaucracy things. That's the only thing can happen, that I have to come back. But for my own will and my own understanding and my experience of life, that's one-way ticket.
Good. I hope you make it here and stay here forever.
Yes, I go from Bangkok. No, I go from Schiphol, the airport from Holland,
to Bangkok. Airport.
To Bangkok.
Airport. Take a bus or taxi to Pattaya.
Yes, I will. And then I go to the airport of Jana Airport.
Jana, okay. And Nibbana.
Yes,
Jana,
Nibbana.
And you take another one to Nibbana.
Yes,
as your final destination.
Yes, for sure. And I understood the necessity of the Sangha, teacher, to perpetuate the is a straight line from Buddha teachings, huh? And I don't know how it could be without it. So when I praise the triple gem, now I understand much better. Therefore, I make this decision too.
Good. All right. See you soon in about 7 days. or 8 days?
7 days, 7 months, or 7 years.
Okay.
Then maybe we met in Nirvana, I hope.
Okay.
Sadhu,
Okay.
teacher, sadhu, sadhu.
Next, Belinda from Singapore.
Sadhu to Alexandra. Sadhu. For his trip to Bangkok. Sadhu.
You coming too? Have you bought the ticket yet? Now we have many visitors from Malaysia and Singapore visiting us since the country is now open and no requirement for quarantine. We have lots of people from Indonesia, from Malaysia, from Singapore.
It's my hope, Ajahn.
Okay.
I let it unfold naturally.
Okay, let it happen.
Yes.
It's up to you. You're the one who can make it happen if you want it to. Any question tonight?
Just want to let you know that the toothache, I'm okay now after antibiotics. And a few painkillers. I just took that few tablets and I stopped. So I'm better now. The toothache. But it was not easy to separate the body and the mind. But except when we meditate and watch the pain arise and passing like that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just remind yourself you're just a watcher. You're not the one who experienced the pain. Okay.
Thank you, Ajahn.
Just take time and don't make any desire for the pain to go away.
Yes.
Leave the pain alone.
So when there's
stay.
So when there's desire, then when we're aware that there's this desire that we want the pain to go away, we just know and then come back to the breath.
And accept that your desire cannot make the pain go away, but increase more stress in your mind for having desire for the pain to go away. So you want to stop this desire so you can then eliminate the stress in your mind. Okay, then you can have ubekha. When you have no desire, your mind can have ubekha, will have ubekha to live with the pain, to accept the pain. Okay. All right. Next, Gig Yen So from Penang, Malaysia.
Hi, Ajahn. Yeah, good evening. Ajahn, most of the senior citizens lost their memory seriously when aging. Do you think the meditation actually can help?
Can you speak louder? Can you speak louder?
Yeah, majority of the senior citizens actually lost their memory seriously, right? Forgetful. During the aging, do you think the meditation actually can help them to improve their memory?
I think so, because a lot of meditation masters, they tend to be quite sharp with their memory. Or the Ajahn, they don't lose memory. They might lose something unimportant, but the things that is essential or important, they don't lose them.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Next, Matthew from DC. I think you haven't been in for a while. Almost a year, maybe, or longer.
Yeah, it's been a while. Yeah, I just got home from a retreat at Forest Dhamma and got to see Ajahn Dick there, so that was good. So I figure it's good to go to these Zoom calls to keep in touch with the practice.
How's the monastery quiet in the forest?
Yeah, it's very quiet. Yeah, it's very nice. They have 6 monks and 2 novices and a nun there now. So it's grown since the last time I was there.
And lay people also? When you were there,
Yeah.
how many lay people?
When I was there, I think there were about 8 lay people.
Yeah, lay people. And you have all separate accommodation, or you stay in a dormitory type place?
They have kutis in the forest, so they gave me a kuti.
So you stay separate.
Yeah,
everybody stays separate.
Yeah, everyone stays in their own kuti, or sometimes they have platforms for a tent.
Good. And meals, you get it from the kitchen. Do you have a kitchen?
Yeah, there's a kitchen. Every morning we wake up and prepare food for the monks, because it's pretty far away and there aren't as many lay people. Like lay people come and, or I mean, not as many Thais that do.
Monks don't go out to collect food, do they? Do monks go out to collect food?
Yeah, they do.
They do.
There's a Thai couple that bought a house close to the monastery.
Mm-hmm.
So the monks go and do Vindabat by their house. Then they come up and we put food in their bowls, and then they go into the sala, and we serve them the food that we made.
Is that the only one house that give food, or there are other houses as well?
You'd have to ask Ajaan Dick. I think there's just one, but like it's pretty far away from
the town.
Yeah, from the town. Although on Sundays usually Thai people come up from Roanoke and I think Lexington too, to bring food for the monks like once a week. Yeah.
But you have enough food to eat.
Oh yeah, there's plenty. Yeah, everyone. Yeah, we prepare enough food for everyone in the morning at the kitchen.
And eating once a day.
Yep. 1 meal a day. There's kind of a pana snack that we do at night, like around 8, like the monks and everyone serve like, what is it, allowables?
You have any meditation meeting, or you meditate separately?
We chant and meditate at 8 p.m. Every night. Pretty much.
I see.
Yeah,
group meditation, group chanting.
Yeah, there's group meditation and group chanting at night.
For about 1 hour, I guess, or longer.
Around there, we meet at 8, and there's kind of a short kind of discussion, or sometimes we just sit quietly, and then when Ajaan Dick is ready, we all go to this main hall in the sala and chant, and then sit for about an hour.
Everybody, including the monks.
Yeah, including the monks.
Okay, and then sometimes Ajaan Dick will then give a talk or something.
He doesn't really give formal talks. He does there's like a question and answer session before, or it's interesting, like the way he does it. It's a lot more. It's very informal.
Good. How long did you stay there?
Just 5 days this time. Then I try to go up for a week in 2 or 3 months.
Good. Do you find it beneficial? It helps your meditation practice? Absolutely. Yeah, it helps a lot. Get to sit, get to practice, get to do a little bit of work as well. It's good to be able to build something at the monastery, and like I built I built a box with one of the monks, or helped paint it and install it, and it's too cold for a Bodhi tree there, so they have a Bodhi tree in a pot, and they bring it into the sala in the winter, and then in the summer when it gets warm enough, they bring the Bodhi tree out,
and put it in the box for display. So I got to help put the box together, and they now the Bodhi tree is out because it's warm enough, but it won't survive the winter, so it goes inside.
So, do you have anything to ask tonight?
No, I think I got all my questions answered when I at the monastery.
How's your partner? Is she still around?
Yeah, she's good. She's at work right now. Like she has to leave for work during this time.
Okay. If nothing else, I will then go to Diana. Okay.
Okay.
Diana, you're next. Wales, England.
Hello, Tanishan. Good evening.
Yes.
How are you?
Good. Thank you.
Yes, I'm all fine here. I have been thinking about emptiness when we meditate on emptiness. When in life we often run away from emptiness by buying things or eating things, but in meditation it's a place for peaceful and embracing. Yes.
Peace and happiness. True peace and happiness is in emptiness. The Buddha said Nibbana is the absolute emptiness.
Nibbana
is the absolute emptiness. And there's nothing, even no body, not even the body, just the mind alone by itself, and not any defilement either, no defilement either, no greed, hate, or delusion.
And we can rest in it.
Yes, your mind will be at ease in that position, natural position. You don't have to act. It's just a natural place for the mind to be in.
Thank you, Tanajan.
But you have to go through the resistance of the defilement. The defilement doesn't want you to go into emptiness. The defilement wants you to go to the central objects. Go to see, to hear, to drink, to eat, and to socialize. So you have to fight against these obstacles that they put up.
It's a very big battle, Tanajan.
Yeah, sensual pleasure. It's one of the obstacles that prevent you from going into emptiness. One of the 5 hindrances is sensual desire, sensual pleasure desire. So you have to keep the 8 precepts, because the 8 precepts will force you not to go after any sensual objects. Okay.
Thank you.
All right, you're welcome. Next, Gary from Singapore.
Good evening, Tanajan. No questions from me tonight.
Okay. Go to Alfredo Rebecca from Brazil, Sao Paulo.
Hi, Bante. How are you?
Greetings. Good to see you.
Good. I take off 2 chiefs.
Anicca. Nothing lasts forever.
Yes, I'm okay. One take off last other consult. It's okay. Bante, my Sati is very okay. I have my chantings. I create any chantings with your teachings and my studies.
Chanting.
I have, yes, my chantings, not react, not the prime. The hindrances, né, Bante? The Four Noble Truth, the Asubas, Anapanasati for basis to Anapanasati, Vipassana model. I create by my chantings, né, Bante? my sati is very good.
Your mindfulness. Sati.
Yes, my mindfulness is very good with my chantings. I will say I remember the chantings when I wake up in morning or night, or when I stay in any place. It's a tranquility life, but the chantings help us to mindfulness is okay, but is very important too, but Panya is very important
Yes. You have to see that everything is changing all the time. Things keep changing. Nothing remains the same.
Yes, and anicca is more clear on us, Nebante.
Yes, it's harder to see anatta.
Yes, anatta and dukkha is more clarifying in mind with Pana, Nebante. My samadhi is okay too. I don't have a lot of samadhi, more tranquility.
Same thing. Samadhi and tranquility is about the same thing. Right? It's just the same thing. Peace.
Yes.
Stillness. Calm. These are all samadhi.
Yes.
Ubeka also is samadhi.
Yes.
Okay.
Samadhi and Panya is together, Nebante. It's together.
Yes. Together, then you can get rid of your defilements.
Yes.
You cannot have one or the other to get rid of your defilement. You need both. You need samadhi supporting your wisdom or panya.
Yes. Why defilement is so profound, but defilement
is deep rooted in your mind. So it takes a lot of effort and energy to extract the defilement from your mind.
Yes.
So you need wisdom and you need ubeka from samadhi to do it.
Yes. The delusion appears, Bante? The delusion exists, but the Panya control, the delusion, Bante?
Yes, delusion is like darkness. My panya is like light. When there is light, then the darkness will disappear. When you see anicca, dukkha, anatta, then delusion will disappear. If you don't see anicca, dukkha, anatta, then you will be in the dark and think that everything belongs to you.
Yes. Nirodha, Bante, Nirodha.
Okay, good. All right, nice talking to you.
Okay, Bante, good week to you too.
I hope you don't lose any more tooth.
What?
I hope you don't lose any more tooth or teeth.
No, the truth is Dhamma, but the truth is very, very good. I am more compassive with the world, but the war in Russia, China, Japan, the world is very catastrophic, but the Dhamma is not catastrophe, but the Dhamma is tranquility.
Yes.
Okay. The world is problem. The Dhamma is not a problem, but I don't happy with the word, but I don't happy. The word for me is not so good.
The world is dukkha. The world is dukkha.
The word is very dukkha, very dukkha.
So it's better not to be born in this world.
Yes. The word is a stone, but a stone.
A stone, hot, very hot. Fire, a bonfire.
Yes, a fire. Yes.
Okay.
But Panya is above Nebant, is superior Nebant.
Yes. Panya will solve all your problems.
Yes, Panya will solve your problem.
With the support of your samadhi. Without samadhi, you cannot use Panya alone to solve your problem.
Yes. Yesterday I bought covering to my meditation seat.
I see. Good.
Covered
Cover.
to my meditation seat.
I see.
To not rain.
I see. Okay.
A green color. Cover 2 meters.
I see. You sit outside when you sit outside.
Yes, outside my home, but
okay.
In 50 days we'll arrive here.
Okay.
It's good to meditate. My cover is very good. Not rain.
Okay.
In rain, I meditate in rain. Get off my house.
Do you have lots of rains in Brazil?
What?
Do you have lots of rain in Brazil?
Yes.
Lots of rain. Huh?
Yes, okay. yes. The rain is very
heavy.
Very heavy. Yes. Okay. Yesterday night rain. Today rain.
Oh, really? But no flooding. No
what?
Flood.
What's flood?
Water, a lot of water flooding the house and flooding the streets.
No. Only rain.
Only rain.
Only rain and vento, and clouds, very clouds. And in winter cold, but
cold, very cold.
Okay. Yeah, very cold. Cold and rain. But Brazil is tropical country, but
tropical. The Amazon, the biggest forest in the world.
Yes. Now Elon Musk, the more rich people.
Elon Musk. Yeah, Elon Musk.
He's helping Amazon to survive.
I see. Good.
Yeah, it's very good. Very good. But one question: rich peoples, when very married, but to house peoples and to house Amazon, to house country, how Elon Musk, the karma and that peoples, the people's not desperate, not illuminated, but only meta, and not panha, but or panha is to in merit to help other countries. What do you think about this?
Well,
Hey Pasenadi have helps on time of Buddha, but Hey Pasenadi helps peoples, help countries, but
yes, Dana. That's what Dana is.
Yes, charity. But not wisdom, in meta, Bante. Only meta, and not wisdom, Bante.
Well, you have to use wisdom to support your metta. Metta without wisdom, then it might be useless, not effective, not useful.
Yes.
Okay, thank you for your time.
Thank you, but sorry about the questions.
Okay, no problem. Okay, next, Monica from Malaysia. Monica.
Greetings, Ajaan.
Today, any question?
Today during the sitting, there was this flickering light which becomes brighter, and I sort of pull the mind back to the breath. Is this the right way to handle this?
Yes, don't pay attention to anything except your breath. Because this can be a distraction if you pay attention to them, then you will not be meditating. Then you won't be able to go in deeper. If you want to go in deeper, you have to disregard everything that appears and just keep focusing on your breath, your meditation object only. Then your mind will eventually reach emptiness. That's where you want to go.
What about some teachers? They mentioned that you can put the light at the back, and also that you can see brighter. Is it a different type of things?
I don't know what that means. I don't want to comment on what they say.
Okay. So basically, it's best just to bring the mind back to the breath.
Yes,
right?
the breath. If you use the breath as your object of focus, then you should keep focusing on your breath only. Until eventually when you reach emptiness, then the breath will disappear also.
So that means to say that once we are actually in emptiness, we
then you
won't
don't have to do anything. You don't have to do anything.
Oh, we can't pull back also to the breath, isn't it?
No,
Because
you don't. You don't. Unless you really force it to. But
so that means if we can actually pull the mind back to the breath, that means it's still quite near to, it's quite intact with the body, isn't it?
Yes, but once you go in deep, then you almost disconnected from the body temporarily.
So by then it's just let the mind be as it.
Then the mind will just be in a repose position and you just have to do anything for a while. Just take a break.
Okay. Right.
But very happy, very peaceful.
Yeah, true. Yeah. But the mind is always very restless.
Right, always very restless and reacting all the time to everything.
True.
With samadhi, the mind stops reacting. The mind just remain in a resting position.
Okay. It's very difficult to bring the mind to go into emptiness.
You need mindfulness. You need to have continuous mindfulness. So you have to keep practicing mindfulness all the time before you meditate.
Yeah,
From the time you get up to the time you go to sleep, you should not be without any mindfulness. Either focus on your body movement or focus on a mantra.
Yeah.
Then you will have strong mindfulness.
Yeah. I think it helps. It's just that maybe it's not so continuous throughout the whole day.
Because you have other activity to distract you.
Yeah.
That's why you need to live alone and be away from everybody and everything. Like Katrina, she's gone into the wild for 4 days. No food, nothing. Leave everything behind. Just take your body and mind. And maybe some water. And a tent or something to sleep in. Then you will be able to establish mindfulness all the time. But it doesn't happen automatically though. You still have to use a lot of effort to restrain your mind. Because even when you're alone, your mind can still think about everything else. Everything. It can go around the world.
That's true. So at the meantime, I think I'll just practice wherever I am now.
Whenever you remember. If you remember at all.
Yeah, true. Yes. The remembering is a very important factor.
Yeah, remember to be mindful.
Around. Once the mind runs, there's a lot of dukkha already.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, okay.
Keep trying. You'll succeed one day.
Yeah. Thank you, Ajaan.
Yeah. No success without trying.
Yeah, no pain, no gain.
Yeah, okay, good.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
Next, Sui and Czech from Vancouver, Canada.
Hello, Ajaan.
How are you both? Good? Happy?
Yeah. Good, happy.
Ajaan, I want to ask about Iri Otapa, like the
Hiri Otapa. It's 2 words. Hiri means shame. Shameful of your your immoral conduct, being shameful of your immoral conduct. Ottappa means to be fearful of the result of your immoral conduct. If you have these two, then you will not do any bad karma, because you are shameful of yourself. If you steal or you lie or you cheat, if you have no shame, then you can do this thing. But if you have shame, then you don't want to do it. So you have to establish a certain shamefulness in yourself. Yeah. I'm ashamed of myself for stealing somebody's money, for not thinking, oh, I'm clever, I can steal somebody's money. Because
So
you lose your integrity when you commit bad karma.
Right.
You lose your good quality, your goodness. So you should be shameful of your immoral conduct. And you also have to be afraid of the consequence, because when you die, you will not be born as a human right away. You might have to be reborn as an animal first, or go to hell before you can come back as a human again. So this is the quality that will help prevent you from conducting any immoral act or bad karma. It will help you to keep the 5 precepts.
Ajahn, so like, but shameful and fear is not a good emotion, but in this case, it is a good emotion. Like
yes, it's like a knife. You can use it to protect yourself, or you can use it to hurt yourself. It depends on how you use it.
Oh.
If you are ashamed of yourself acting immorally, then you don't want to do any immoral act, right?
Yeah.
And if you know that the consequence of doing immoral act can cause you to be born as an animal, when you have a choice not to be born as an animal, would you rather not take that choice, not to be born as an animal? If you know that by doing bad karma will be the cause of your bad rebirth in the lower realm of existence. See, the 4 lower realm of existence are the consequences of your bad karma or your immoral act. If you don't do any immoral act, then you won't take birth in those 4 lower realm of existence, lower form of existence. But you cannot see it, so you have to rely on the teaching of the seer, like the Buddha, who have the wisdom and the inner eye to be able to penetrate, to see the truth of the mind, what happens to it after death. Until you became a Sotapanna, then you can see it by yourself, the consequence of doing bad karma. Then you will never do any bad karma from that point onward. Okay, anything else?
Ajahn, you say you see it, meaning you see the mind, like
you see the mind, you see the consequence that happen right away when the mind commit an immoral act. The mind catch fire. Right? The mind being consumed by fire, by fear, by hatred.
So, Ajahn, this is how a Sotapan see it, then he won't commit anymore
That's right. It's like when you're hitting something with your head, you don't want to hit it again, right? If you walk and then you hit something on because you were not looking and you hit something, the next time you make sure that you're not gonna hit it again, right? Because you see maybe there's something that on the path on your path, and so every time you come to this point, you will look up first before you move. So the same way with a Sotapanna. You see what happens to his mind whenever he commits any bad karma.
Oh, okay.
You see dukkha arises in his mind when he performs any bad karma.
Yeah, okay. In his mind, like he doesn't care about the body anymore, but it's in his mind.
In his mind, yeah. The body might not yet receive any consequence. Still, and you still can get away by stealing. Nobody catch you yet. But your mind already paid for the consequence.
Yeah.
The mind will start to feel bad, worry, afraid, might get caught.
Yeah.
Ajahn, like if we don't we are not noble disciple, we don't see it and we keep hitting the rock on the head, it's because like we just don't feel the pain, or we don't see the rock.
We don't have enough mindfulness to see the anxiety and the suffering. We know we're not happy, but we don't know what happened, what caused it was not to be happy. What caused us to have anxiety and worry, and namely on the dukkha. They all arise from your bad action, your bad karma. And also other things, your craving to your defilement also can cause dukkha. Also. And they usually go together. Usually cravings and defilement will initiate bad karma. Not always, but usually. Even with good karma, when you have defilements or craving, your mind already start to feeling agitated. When you want something and you're not getting it yet, you might be a little bit anxious, worried whether you will get it or not. And once you get it, you also become worried and anxious whether you will lose it or not. So this Sotapanna, every noble disciple see this in their mind all the time. So they try to get rid of all these, the causes of this dukkha. And then they'll discover they are arising from the 10 fetters.
10 fetters, okay.
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 All right. Next. Alvin Lee. Alvin.
Good evening, Ajahn. I'm just listening. No question. Thank you.
Okay. Somchai, are you hearing? Are you listening? Okay, turn on your microphone.
Yes, I heard that. I'm sorry. Give me a moment, a little bit. It's
Are you working?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I'm working with my boss, and everybody's nice. So let me play around. I mean, let me play and listen to the monk, listen to the Ajahn. So very appreciate. Been doing it together for a while, so they trust me about this, and I also really appreciate for they're doing that too. So I got that. For Tan Ajahn told me about quit doing this, quit about this. I think it's good for my body. It was I always nightmare, like thinking too much, and extremely bad dream. And sometimes my wife had to wake me up about at night. I said, I dream about something, always something bad dream. So for now, I try to see it, keep eye on, said, last of 6 months, 4 months from now, I never bad dream again. That's probably something changing right now. So anyway, and one bad thing to me is right now, I always get mad kind of fast. Like when they're talking, I kind of don't like it. Then I kind of shoot back out. So that's what I tried. So that's what my that's what my problem. I mean,
yeah, you should do more meditation. Meditation will calm your mind down, and then the mind will be not easy to get angry, and you won't have nightmares or bad dreams.
Okay, and yeah, it kind of very hard. It's tough for control mind. I think someone can do that. I really admire. Or
you can do it too. You just have to try to control your mind.
Oh, okay.
You can do it. Just keep reciting Bhutto, Bhutto, Bhutto. When you recite Bhutto, you are already controlling your thoughts. You cannot think about other things when you recite Bhutto, Bhutto. So when you're angry, just keep reciting Bhutto, Bhutto. And after a few minutes, your anger will disappear. Because you forget it, you forget what caused you to get angry in the first place. Because you keep reciting Bhutto, Bhutto. You're not thinking about what made you unhappy or angry.
Okay, that's okay. You told me some like 5 precepts. What's a sixth one? What's sixth one?
The sixth precept is not to eat after midday. Eat before midday. After midday, you don't eat any food.
The midday. After midday, that's
no food.
Let's see. I think I broke that couple of times. That's right. What's about 7th one?
7 is no entertainment. No entertainment. No socializing. No entertainment.
Well, yesterday, because this in US the Memorial Day, so I went to a social and talk about, and that's I think it's bad because talk about all about in Thailand actually. That's what I'm trying to say. Talk about all bad stuff from the bottom to the top.
Yeah.
So that's
wasting your precious time.
Yeah, that's correct. Yes, that is true. So,
better recite Bhutto, Bhutto, Bhutto than talk with other people.
What's that? Okay. All right, then I'm not gonna let somebody else go in too. So yeah, okay. Thank you so much. I will come back to see you again. Thank you so much.
Maybe tomorrow night you'll join us in the Thai.
I will tomorrow. Kind of, actually, when I listen, it kind of kind of translate. So but anyway, thank you so much. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Next, Philip and Adeline and Philip from Malaysia.
Good evening, Ajahn. I don't have any questions today, just listening in. Thank you.
Okay. Kirian Dong from London, I think. Now she's back in London after a few months in Thailand and a brief visit to Hanoi. Now she's back in London.
Thank you, Ajahn. I have no question today, although I have so many questions, but I think I have to answer them myself. So
yeah, better. If you can find the answer yourself, then you get wisdom.
I think I know the answer. It's the problem of taking actions to follow them. I know what I have to do.
Yes.
It's just, I don't think it's upadana, but it's something else, something emotion. Saying I still have to do this, I have to do that, or I don't feel comfortable leaving, but I know what is the right thing to do, not wasting time.
You have to contemplate on that a lot. Remind yourself that can come anytime. And when that happens, then you will not be able to do what you're supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
Then you will then get you started to do whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
When you die, you lose everything anyway. So why
one more day, one more month doesn't make any difference. Yes.
And besides, you cannot keep anything with you when you die, right?
Yeah.
So pretend that you die today and just then take off and go do what you have to do.
That's true.
People will survive your death. Don't worry. You're not.
I know we have the same saying or proverb in Vietnamese. You're married or you're not married. It's the same.
Yeah. Life goes on even after you die.
Exactly.
Your death don't change things, so don't worry about it.
I know it.
If they cannot depend on you, they'll find someone else to depend on eventually.
Yeah, the problem here is that they don't find anyone else to replace me. That is the problem, and because of that, I'm still here.
When there's no you, they will find someone. When they'll be forced.
Exactly. Yeah. Yes. When I'm not here physically, they will. I know. Yeah.
So do what you have to do. Because if you don't do it, if you don't do it, you won't get it done.
Exactly.
No one can do it for you.
I have to love myself. I still remember what Thanachan taught. But you said that be ready to be bullied every day. But in the context of the monastery, it's different than the context in life.
Same.
Is it same?
Yeah.
But like, even if you not suffer, but like if you try to put up with it here, it doesn't go anywhere. It doesn't, like in the monastery, you feel, oh, you put up with it, you gain something. But here it's like, you put up with it, you don't gain anything. It's just waste of the effort putting up.
No, you gain by not getting into trouble. If you react, then you're getting more trouble than not reacting.
Right.
You have peace. You have peace of mind. You let them bully you, and then your mind will become peaceful.
But if I am successful, like I put up with it and I don't react, then I should be happy, and I should be able to stay here forever.
No, you won't be happy. You won't be happy.
Okay.
You will only be happy when you meditate.
Right.
No matter how much money you make, it will make you happy.
True.
It might make you be cheerful for a day or two, but then after that, everything come back the same. Return to the.
It's true. Yeah. My purpose here is not money. It's just taking care of them for a while, but it doesn't go anywhere.
They should learn to take care of themselves. The Buddha said, "Attahi atano nato."
Yeah.
You are your own refuge.
Yeah.
You're spoiling them by taking care of them, looking after them, so they don't look after themselves.
Yeah. I think they depend on me mentally only.
Same way, they shouldn't depend on you at all, because you are not indispensable.
Exactly.
One day you're gonna be gone. One day you're gonna be gone. So it's better to train them now. to let them know that you're not going to be here forever for them.
Yeah.
By going
Yeah.
away from time to time.
They are fine when I'm gone, but it's just
Then why? Then why not go?
yeah, it's true. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Next be Ravin from Bangkok.
Hi, good evening, Thanajan.
Can you speak louder, please?
Can you hear me now, Thanajan?
Yeah, better.
All right. Thanajan, I have a question regarding one of the 10 fetters, the Sakaya Titi fetter. You mentioned from your previous talks that to become a Sotapanna, we have to get rid of the fear of aging, sickness, and death. So my question is, do we have to get rid of each one separately, or they all come together as one package?
No, they're separate. Sometimes people don't like to get old. Sometimes people don't like to get sick because they don't like the painful feeling that they get from sickness. And people don't want to die because they lose everything. So they are three separate. But all based on the body. Having no body, then you won't have aging, sickness, or death, or separation. So you have to do them separately. So when your hair start to get some white color, then leave it alone. Don't dye it. Don't put, if you got wrinkles or you appear to get old, looking old, ugly, just leave it there. Leave it alone. This is not yourself. The body is not yourself. You are not the body. And when you get sick, you get painful feeling, and you become afraid of sickness because you don't want to get the painful feeling. So you have to learn to live with the painful feeling by meditating and let the pain arise and not getting up, and trying to teach your mind to treat it like sickness. One day you're gonna be sick, and no matter in whatever position your body is, the painful feeling will not disappear. So then you will know you have to learn to live with it. Once you can live with it, if you have no opposition to the painful feeling, then there will be no stress. And death is another problem that you have to solve. So they are more or less three separate problems that you have to learn to deal with them separately.
All right, so this is something where I need mindfulness and meditation and wisdom to get rid of this misunderstanding.
Of this fear of aging, sickness, and death, and also separation from your loved ones or your possession. You also have to try to go into the wild with nothing with you, no body, no nothing, just your body and mind. Like going to the mountain and stay for a few days to test yourself whether you can deal with this or not. Separation from everything that you have, people and things. Because sooner or later you're going to be separated, right? Even before, you might think that you separate at the time of death, but that's not usually always the case, right? Sometimes you might separate before death, even.
Yes. Sometimes we don't think about that though. Sometimes we think, oh, it's a long way away, but it can just happen all of a sudden. You know,
Okay,
like
does this answer your question?
Yes, yes, it does, Ajahn. I just have one more question. It's also about the Sotapanna. You mentioned that a Sotapanna has fear of doing bad karma and would never do anything to break the precepts. But the Sotapanna still has attachment to the senses and can occasionally get, irritated or angry. So do I understand correctly that sensual pleasures and getting irritated is not considered bad karma?
It isn't a bad karma, but it's a karma that will get you rebirth if you still have sensual pleasure. You're still addicted to sensual objects. So you have to keep coming back for them. After this body dies, you will then go after a new body to get a new body. So then you can enjoy your sensual pleasures again. So it's not bad karma. It won't cause you to be born in a lower realm. You'll be born as human or higher.
Oh, I see. It's more of a hindrance to the practice.
To a higher level, to Nibbana. You want to go to Nibbana, you have to give up your sensual pleasure, desire.
Oh, all right. And that is achieved by Asupa.
That's right.
So Asupa will get us to Nibbana.
Not all the way yet. It will get you out of the sensual realm of existence. You will not return once you have seen Asupa. Because you don't want to come and have any sex with any ghost anymore, any corpses. But you still be in the realm of the rupa and arupa. Because you once you no longer have any sensual desire, then you find happiness by meditation, by entering into jhana. And jhana is also an object which can cause you dukkha because it's also anicca, dukkha, anatta. So you have to give up these two also. In order not to return to the sensual, to the arupa and the rupa realm of existence. If you still enjoy rupa jhana, arupa jhana, then you still want to come back to it. So you can still not yet get to Nibbana.
Oh, okay. So jhanas are still considered impermanent.
Impermanent, still three characteristics, has the three characteristics of existence. It can give you dukkha when you're out of jhana. When you're in jhana, you're peaceful, but when you come out of jhana, your longing for jhana can cause you to have irritation and sadness.
Oh, I see. I never thought about it that way. I always thought jhana was the way to get us back on track.
It's a replacement to your sensual pleasure, but it's also another type of addiction. Like people now, they stopping smoking cigarette and they go using vapor then, right? They use vaping instead of smoking. So they just replace one addiction by another addiction. Same way with our practice. We replace our addiction to sensual pleasure with meditation, with rupa jhana and arupa jhana. Once we get rid of the sensual pleasure, we must also not be attached to the rupa jhana or rupa jhana. We should learn to live without the jhana. And we will find that the cause of our irritation is our desire for rupa jhana and arupa jhana. So we have to use wisdom to teach us that rupa jhana, arupa jhana are also anicca, dukkha, anatta. Okay.
Yes, understood, Ajahn.
Once you can see this, you also get rid of avijja. Yeah. the other remaining factors.
Mana and I think it was
Yeah.
restlessness.
And restlessness.
That's very clear.
Then you will not come back to the three realms of existence no more anymore. You'll be in Nibbana. You'll be in Nibbana like the Buddha and his noble disciples. Okay.
That clarifies everything. I previously misunderstood that jhanas is the way out of everything. Now I understand that they are the purpose.
It's a tool for you to get out of the sensual realm of existence. But you must not be attached to the tools. You have to give up the tools when you have accomplished your mission. Once you have
Thank you, Thanajan. That was very insightful. Thank you so much.
Okay. Next, Gavin Danapal is now on the mountain near where I am right now. It's been here almost a week now. How is it now? No electricity. Or
It's
you
good.
using candle?
Yeah, I'm using
Candlelight?
it's save my batteries.
Okay. Very quiet up there, huh?
It's very nice. It's kind of like camping, but I realized that the conditions here are pretty perfect for practicing. And my practice has really improved dramatically compared to being at home.
Yeah, the surrounding is different and it can give you different results. When the surrounding is quiet, and it makes the mind quiet easier. They call Kaya Vivek, Chitta Vivek, Kaya Vivek, Chitta Vivek, Viveka. Viveka means quiet. If the body is the surrounding of the body is quiet, then it will make the mind quiet also. Easily.
How are those two terms different from Greek vivek?
Which Vivek? Chitta Vivek.
Greek vivek.
Greek Vivek. Greek Vivek is really Kaya Vivek. Kaya Vivek. Greek Vivek is to take your body into seclusion.
I see.
Once you take your body into seclusion, the mind will also be in seclusion because the mind accompanies the body.
I see.
So they say once the body is in seclusion, the mind also will be in seclusion. But not always so. Sometimes the body is in seclusion, but the mind can still be in Bangkok or in a bar somewhere, in a restaurant somewhere. If you don't have mindfulness to restrain it. But it's harder because there's nothing to stimulate it. If you're in the town, then there are sound and smell and things that can easily stimulate your interest in these places. So you have to be away from all this stimulants.
I'm a little worried about after tomorrow night when I have to go back, as far as at least maintaining what I have now. Since
You'll lose it, so you have to keep coming back. Don't worry. Unless you are very protective and try to stay mindful all the time, then you can protect it. But if you're not mindful all the time, then you will lose it sooner or later. Slowly. The first few days when you return, you feel different. But after a while, everything becomes the same again. Then you know it's time to regenerate your seclusion again. So you have to keep coming back. One trip is not enough. This is a long-term therapy.
I hope to come
Do
every
it
month.
monthly. Do it monthly or something. Every month comes and stay for a week or longer if you can. And then eventually you want to stay for a long time until you feel that you can maintain your mind, your calm, your tranquility. Then you can go out. Then you can go back to where you came from. But you don't want to go back anyway. Once you find peace and happiness, who would want to go back into the bonfire once you get out of the bonfire?
Yeah.
The Buddha say sensual objects are fire, and they are like fire. Rupa are like fire. In the fire sermon, I think, in the fire discourse. Have you read it?
I haven't read it.
Yeah.
I'll have to do that when I get back.
Yeah, I think you can search the word fire discourse. And he mentioned they are like fire, sensual objects. Sight, sound, smell, taste, and tactile objects. They are like fire. It burns your heart once you start to get near it, once you start to become involved with them.
I read your book, The Sensual Pleasures Are Painful.
Yes. Because they can burn you. They are like fire. So you don't want to be burned by fire, you should stay away from fire. If you don't want to be burned by your sensual objects, then you should stay away from them. Like you are now. See, there's nothing around you that can burn you now, except your own defilement now. That's the only thing that can still burn you.
I also see very clearly how supportive the Sangha, the community, is when you're very close to it.
Everybody practice. So I encourage you to practice also, because nobody is watching TV or drinking or having a party.
Yeah, it's quite nice.
Okay. You got anything else to say?
No, I just really appreciate that I have the chance to be up here.
Okay. You want to say hello to all your friends in the room here?
Oh, hello. Everybody come if you have a chance. It hasn't even been one full week, but it's more benefit than I would have gotten about 2 months practicing at home. It's significant.
Try it. You should try it. Those who haven't yet tried seclusion, you should try to do some seclusion practice. It's really helpful with your meditation. Okay, we're almost running out of time, so let me move on. Okay, thank you. Okay, now who's next? Mandy Smith. Okay, Mandy, you're next. From Canada, Niagara Falls.
Crab namaste. Thank you always, and thank you for everybody else's questions. They're always so inspiring to me, and the way I start to think and the perspective changes. I wrote it down on a Facebook too, but I have a question. Besides keeping with my word and my focus, my concentration, I'm going into a surgery where they don't provide anything for the pain today. And I'm just wondering if there's any other tactic when you know you're going to endure pain. Is it just Budo, and try to stay in samadhi?
Yes, in samadhi, to wisdom, tell yourself that you cannot run away from it. You should embrace it rather than trying to force it to go away. Because when you're forcing it, you get frustration, you get stress. If you embrace it, then you can eliminate the stress.
Okay.
Not try to enjoy something you don't like. Yeah. Once you enjoy something you don't like, then that something will not bother you anymore because you're enjoying it. If you don't enjoy it, then you will always be in pain, in stress.
Mm.
So
Mm-hmm.
you have to tell yourself you cannot run away from it. You cannot get rid of it. So the only way to deal with this is to embrace it, accept it.
Okay.
Then your mind will become peaceful and not reacting to the painful feeling.
Okay.
If it doesn't, then you need to use mantra to stop it from reacting. And if your mind is not reacting to the pain, it can stay with the pain, coexist with the pain, then you don't need to use the mantra. And if you feel that you're still stressful with the pain, then you should recite the mantra or do some chanting. Or maybe listening to Dhammatalk or something. Just get your mind away from the painful feeling.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. I hope your whatever that you're going through will be successful for you.
Yes. Thank you. Me too.
Okay. Next, Ajaan. I think you're always the last person.
Thank you, Ajaan, for and I think thank everybody for the questions. I'm just wondering that as I kill a snake, will my next life be necessarily as a snake first?
Probably, sooner or later, you're gonna have to pay the consequences. You might have to be a snake, become a snake, and someone else will kill you. Maybe not. Maybe not. This is just an easy explanation for the consequence of your bad karma. You might be born as some type of animal and be killed by somebody. Maybe not a snake. Maybe, I don't know. But you won't be born as a human for sure because you have committed a bad karma.
Then how much of the bad karma can be alleviated or reduced by the practicing Dhamma in this lifetime?
You cannot alleviate it or get rid of the consequence of your bad karma, but you can deter it to come later if you have a lot of good karma, because then you will be reaping the consequence of your good karma first before you have to reap the consequence of your bad karma.
So it is like like eye for an eye type of thing. Is it fair to put it that way?
It is, but you can by doing good karma, you might be able to escape it. If you get into nirvana, then you will not be reborn again. Then you will not have to pay for the consequence of all your bad karma. Like monk Angulimala. Have you heard the story of Angulimala? I think he tried to kill 1,000 people in order to become successful. But he eventually met the Buddha, and the Buddha said that he should kill the defilement, not people. If he wants to be enlightened, if he wants to be supreme, noble, he should kill the defilement. So he switched the object of killing people to killing his defilement. So he eventually became an arahant, fully enlightened. And so when he died, he would not return, be reborn, and have to be killed by other people that he killed.
So that means the Angulimala didn't have to pay for the consequences like thousands of people if he killed. He was not killed 1,000 times, really, right? So that means
only when he's still alive. Only when he's still alive. When he's still alive, he might be killed, or he might be. I think in the story about him being, people when they see him, they throw stone at him because they were angry at him.
that I actually read the Tipitak, the Ajaan Suchart's translations of the things quite extensively, and it clearly says that the consequences of the things are not always proportionate, in the sense that for one person, for doing a lot of bad things, the karmic repercussions may be less compared to somebody else. So I think the one-to-one correspondence actually doesn't explain that, and I think it's kind of at many places it appears that the students are asking Buddha about that can it be? Then he said that for the same amount of bad thing, the one person may get less, other person may get more. So I think the kind of explanation that you're giving is contrary to that, I would say.
Well, if you do a lot of good karma, so you don't eliminate. If you're still reborn, you might be born and be killed by someone else. And maybe if you kill somebody, 1,000 people, you might have to be reborn a human at 1,000 times and be killed 1,000 times. But if once you're in Nibbana, then you don't have any rebirth. So no one can then kill you, because you have no body, no human body to be killed with. So you want to escape from all your bad karma that hadn't yet bear fruit. The only thing to do is to get into Nibbana. Then you won't have to be reborn in any realm of existence. Okay.
Thank you very much. I understand.
All right. We only have about 4 minutes left, so let me go to questions from Facebook. Any question?
There are 6 questions from Facebook,ท่านอาจารย์ and first question from Annie. Good evening, Ajahn. I would like to ask, if someone gets too stressed until they cannot control their emotion, what can we do to help? And only suggest the person to chant so their mind can ease the uncontrollable emotion. Please advise, Ajahn. Thank you.
Well, you can tell them to use mindfulness. When they're reciting mantra, do some chanting. But whether they can do it or not, that's another story.
Next question from Hanny Box. Good evening, Ajahn. Is it okay to play calming music while practicing meditation? Thank you.
No, it's better not, because you don't want to use external things to aid you in your meditation. Because if you rely on external things, then when you don't have it, then you won't be able to meditate. You better rely on something that you can always have everywhere you go, which is your breath, chanting or reciting a mantra.
Next question from Yapto. Namaste, Ajahn. When we do 8 precepts on Uposatha Day, can we watch and read news on TV and the internet? Thank you.
If you want to be real strict, then you don't want to know anything at all from the 5 sensual objects, whether news or anything, except Dhamma. If you want to read Dhamma books or listen to Dhammatalk, that's okay. And everything else can become a distraction to your meditation practice or a hindrance.
Next question from Hanny Box. Ajahn, where can we go for seclusion meditation that is safe for female as well? Thank you.
Well, you have to look for yourself. You have to go to various monasteries.
Next question from Yapto. Is it true that people who are medium of gods really are possessed and their minds are influenced by gods? Because I don't believe it, and I'm only believe in 3 things: Dana, Sila, and Samadhi. Please kindly advise. Thank you.
Believing in what gods? You mean ghosts or what? Ghosts or gods?
Gods.
God like angel, like devas or what?
Yes.
What about them? Can you repeat the question again?
Is it true that people who are medium of gods really are persons?
Medium of God. What do you mean by medium of God?
I'm not sure. They
The
said
spiritual medium.
I think so.
Okay. I don't know anything about them, so better skip this question. I don't know about any medium.
And last question from Darlene. Hi Ajahn, I have a question. Ever since I study the Dhamma and I understand the benefits of doing dana and helping others, I realize every time I do a donation or helping others, I would have an inner contemplation that if I'm doing out of my own compassion or out of the intention of getting good karma that benefits me, my question is, how am I to find back that compassion I once have? Thank you.
By keeping doing it, by helping people all the time. Those people who need help, when you help them and you see them become happy from your action, then you can become happy and become more compassionate. Okay. Anybody else would like to ask any more questions? We just run out of time, but we'll allow 1 or 2 questions if any. Just raise your hand. I guess not. Well, in that case, I think we'll have to call this meeting to an end. Thank you very much for your participation. I hope this meeting will help you advance in your practice. And in the meantime, please stay safe, stay mindful, and keep on practicing. Sooner or later, one day you'll become enlightened. And if all goes well, I'll see you all again at the same time next week. Thank you and goodbye.
Sadhu,
Thank you, brother.
Sadhu.
Sadhu, everyone.
สาธุเจ้าค่ะ
Bye bye.
everyone
everyone.